Okay, three famous equations in physics. So when you have a pendulum, the time it takes to make one swing is given by this formula. T is the time it takes to make one swing. L is the length of the string. G is gravity. When you're standing on top of a building and then you drop a ball, the time it takes to hit the ground is given by this formula. If you were to bring two objects into space, leave them near to each other, they will want to come together. So the force that exists in between two masses is given by this formula. So three famous equations in physics. Here, let's try and make G the subject. If you want to know the gravitational pull of a planet, you would want to know G. So let's make G the subject. So for this one, imagine you've got one block times another block. So here, divide both sides by 2 pi. So you take this thing down, divided by, you take the t down, and then you divide it by 2 pi. On this side, it will be L over G. And then now you want to get to G because you want to make G the subject. So square both sides. When you square this, in your mind, visualize this times by itself. So top times top, that would be t squared. So remember, we're squaring both sides. So that would be t squared over 2 times 2 pi times pi. That would be 4 pi squared. And then when you square this side, it would just be L over G. Now you want to make G the subject. So you want G to be on the top so you can kill off the L. So take the reciprocal of both sides. So that would then be G over L, 4 pi squared over T squared. And then you want to make G the subject. So times both sides by L. So when you times this fraction by L, it gets multiplied to the top, giving you 4 pi squared times L over T squared equals G. So this is how you make G the subject. So now let's try and make T the subject here. So hang on. To make T the subject, you want to get T on its own. So times both sides by 2. So that would be 2H equals gt squared. So now you've got one bubble multiplying another bubble. You want to make t the subject, so kill off the g. So in your mind, divide both sides by g. So take this thing down and then divide by g equals t squared. So now to get t on its own, square root both sides. So when you square root both sides, this will be t, and then you square root this side. So now t is a subject. So for this one, let's make r the subject. To make r the subject, times both sides by r squared. So r squared equals gm1 m2. You want to make r the subject. Keep an eye on r. Here you've got one bubble multiplying another bubble. Kill off the f. So in your mind, divide both sides by f. So take this whole thing down, m1, m2, divided by f equals r squared. So now you want to get r on its own. So in your mind, square root both sides. So when you square root this side, it will be r. When you square root this, it will be the whole thing, and then you square root it. So r is now the subject. Okay?